Good evening, folks. This is Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project on Sunday, November 26th, 10:16 p.m. Mountain Time, 2017, bringing you a grand solar minimum update. It's just you and me and Albedo. We're at about 80% north of 45 degrees. And I want you to take special note to I have some really breaking information coming in today. So, you take a look at Hudson Bay. There's hundreds of miles of ice pack, almost at 40%, approaching 50% frozen. Let's come over to the North American map, and you can get a better look. I'll say 50% ice if you include all this coastal ice here. But you have hundreds of miles of ice extending out here into the bay. And I have some data from Polar Bear Research here we're going to talk about. Hudson Bay freeze up has not been a day later each year since 1981. And what they're talking about here is ice coverage being less and less. And then there's this graphic here. Polar bears would have left the shore as early as October 29th. And it's usual for freeze up 10% coverage critical at this time. Now, if you come to this graph right here, which is November 29th, this is the 5% mark right here. Historical. This is the 5% mark. We're talking 50% ice. That's up here. And this is November 12th. Here is the week of November 19th. Here's the 50% ice mark. So guys, we're repeating back to 1991 levels. Here's 50% mark. We're repeating back to the 1991 levels. They don't go further than that. But so there has been, Hudson Bay has been dropping off, and we are rapidly coming back into historical levels. Look at that. Look at the increase. That is amazing. So that's a heads up. Hudson Bay, boom. Making 30-year record ice advances. Get used to life in the freezer, UK. Significant snowfalls forecast for Britain this week as month-long -7C snap tightens its grip. The Met Office warned of significant snowfall in the north as temperatures around the UK continue to drop. Could dip to -3C in sheltered spots. The Met Office said that Britain's -7C coldest nights of winter. I saw this faux pas. It's 4 weeks to winter, UK. -7C's coldest nights of fall are possible on Wednesday and Thursday. Public Health England warned that those risks of cold to take precautions after thousands of deaths last year. Guys, this is not even winter. And they had a little Freudian slip here. Grand solar minimum much? Let's talk about the U.S. Hawaii to face snow, downpours, and flash flooding this week. This is a cosmic ray flux. My buddy's down there. Hello, Abe. Getting lots of rain, but doing rebirths here on the beach. Fantastic spiritual experiences happening in Hawaii. But they're going to get snow high. Storm to unleash mountain snow and gusty winds over California, southwest U.S. California will face a burst of rain and heavy mountain snow. This snow is going to be down as low as 7,000 feet in the Sierras. The storm could pose disruptions to those journeying home from Thanksgiving. Wah, wah. Rain will push inland across Washington. Guys, more cosmic rays. Here we have a cosmic ray Trifecta. Flooding in India and Sri Lanka. Agung erupting in Bali. Boom. Where's the third thing? Here, tropical development possible in early December. Right here off of the coast. Locally heavy rain will spread across Tamil Nadu. They've had hundreds of inches of rain already, and it's just pounding and pounding. And now tropical development is possible in early December. Cosmic ray flux over the last few days. We've got volcanic activity of historic proportions. It's on the uptick. It's only going to continue. And there's a spectacular fall from space. This is coming, a fireball from Antares rocket witnessed in Alberta and Saskatchewan on Friday. So that is not a space rock. I'll leave you links to this. A mysterious fireball that Batman's witnesses is likely rocket falling back to Earth. This is pretty nice to watch. So let's give this video a moment here. Look at the thing breaking apart. It's just falling to pieces. So this fireball is man-made. And the U.S. Strategic Command has confirmed that they fucked up. Pardon my French. Witnesses were initially baffled by the streak of bright light, which many thought was a plane crashing or a meteor. Some described it as looking like metal melting or fireworks in slow motion. Yo, man, the acid was amazing. New Zealand's capital, Wellington, was rocked by a mini earthquake with thousands awoken by this is fear-mongering here, powerful late-night trembler at 4.1. It was a moderate trembler that woke people up. Stop your fear-mongering, Daily Mail. The tremor struck at 2:31 a.m. Monday and woke up thousands of Kiwis. The earthquake is the latest in a string of tremors to put the Pacific region on alert. Guys, this string of, this uptick in New Zealand is related to the awakening of the volcano there that we spoke of last night. Kuapehu, I don't remember what the name is. It's right here. So this volcano is awakening. There's magma moving underneath. Cosmic ray flux historically causes massive 8 magnitude earthquakes in New Zealand, and there have been VEI 5 and greater volcanic eruptions related to the cosmic ray flux. So that's a heads up, guys. You guys should be prepared and be prepping. Look at the seismic activity. You know, you should be preparing. You should be growing your own food. Hopefully you have a water supply nearby. We're going to be talking about some solutions later related to poop. Oh my goodness. So look, moderate earthquakes on the uptick globally still. This is probably 20% higher than normal for a 24-hour period in this range. Nothing substantial, but we continue to have this New Caledonia region getting rocked with moderate quakes. It's a heads up. Let's talk about the eruptions. Bali volcano alert raised to the highest level ever. International airport closed today after a rumbling volcano on the Indonesian tourist island of Bali erupted several times over the weekend. Authorities raised the alert to the highest level on Monday and closed the international airport, stranding thousands of travelers. Emitting thick plumes of smoke, Agung has been hurling ash thousands of miles into the atmosphere since Saturday, which has already forced the small international airport on the neighboring island of Lombok to close as the plumes drifted east. The National Disaster Mitigation Agency said Bali's international airport, where most flights had been continued, was closed for 24 hours and said authorities would consider reopening it Tuesday after evaluating the situation. It's a heads up there. Geologic Agency, Kazbani, who goes by one name, like me, Diamond, said the alert level was raised at 6 a.m. because the volcano had shifted from steam-based eruptions to phreatic, magmatic eruptions. However, he says he's still not expecting a major eruption. Well, hello. I'm going to disagree with him there. Mount Agung eruption, Indonesia issues highest aviation warning. I'll leave you links to all these articles. It's erupting for the second time. Guys, you know about the solar filament? I posted a video the other day. The Watchers has an article saying, backing up the Enlil spiral, saying that the filament will hit around the 29th. And I was checking the charts here. Look at the density is increasing now. So that coronal hole is about to couple. And we're about to go into potential geomagnetic storm while we wait for this filament to hit us. I believe the filament will hit within the next 48 hours. So this is going to be an interesting co-current event as far as space weather is concerned. And the Agung eruption, I'm sorry I didn't have the right footage there, but it is erupting. It's being placed at 4 out of 5 currently. And the live cams are here. I'll leave you links to it. There's continuous emission here. Here's the alert. Continuous emission is the alert. So we're going to be watching this northern coronal hole couple with Earth. Take a look down here at these nice little tornadoes. That was the filament earlier. And it seems that we're coupling with that northern coronal hole. Guys, let's talk about some interesting solutions here. I think you're going to be interested in this. This is the poop section. Goodbye toilets. Hello, extreme composting. Wastewater management is too much more energy intensive than composting. Why the future may hold more old school commodes. For more than a decade, 57-year-old roofer and writer Joseph Jenkins has been advocating that we flush our toilets down the drain and put the bucket in the bathroom instead. When buckets in one of his 5 bathrooms is full, he empties it into the compost pile in his backyard in rural PA. Heads up! Stomping ground, born and raised. Eventually, he takes this resulting soil and spreads it over his vegetable garden as fertilizer. Guys, we call that Humanure. And don't be grossed out. This is what is going to be needed in the future and could be happening right now. We live in this stupid society filled with crony capitalism and a bunch of nonsense where they mandate that you dump your toxic poop into the rivers because of blah, blah, blah. But these alternative sanitation systems are way more ecologically friendly and beneficial because you can benefit by the abundance that you get out of your butt. This is abundance from the butt, ladies and gentlemen. So there's a really classic book, the Humanure Handbook, and you can read it for free online, and I'll give you links to it. This is coming out of the Permaculture Research Institute. It's a free download because crap happens. Something's about to hit the fan. There's wonderful things that composting your own poop. Now, in order to compost your own poop successfully, you need to first change your diet and get rid of all the toxic ingredients from processed foods that you're eating. So you need to live a natural environment in harmony with nature and eat plant-based diets with natural foods and meats that you locally source. Once you have a fully organic diet, the stuff that comes out of your butt is beneficial. If you're still eating Fruit Loops, you don't want to be using this in the Humanure compost pile. You dig me? So, to prevent water pollution, Humanure is awesome because almost 4 trillion gallons of sewage effluent are dumped into our coastal waterways each year. Now, my partner Leah, her dad lives up in Long Island in New York. And their number one problem is that they don't use the correct type of sewage mitigation systems, and all the poop from all the rich people's houses are dumping right into the ocean where all those people are swimming. Hello! Skanky beach day much? Ew. I'll tell you what, the beach out front here is awesome because it's a glacial river and we're 11 miles from the glacier. So, more about Humanure. To fertilize the soil, it's rich in soil nutrients only if you're eating a clean organic diet. Humanure can be safely recycled by thermophilic composting. And there's other ways, and I'm going to show you how we're using it here at the ranch and at the Oppenheimer Ranch project to protect our dwindling drinking water supplies. Do you know how much water it takes to just flush your crap out into the river? Nearly 1/3 of all household drinking water is used to flush your poop out. You know what? I've been pooping in a bucket for over 3 years, and I'm going to miss it, but I'm also going to love pooping in a toilet, especially knowing that that toilet is going right out front under my orchard, and we're about to get to that. And let's talk more about enhancing your health. Fertile soil not only grows great veggies, but nourishes your health and community's well-being because that crap is being biomitigated by the food process that you then eat organically, where you get the nutrients you need to be healthy and vibrant, and it doesn't get dumped in the waterway, so you can go down there and drink water right out of the river. Amen. I'll leave you links to all this. Now, here's the typical septic system. Now, this is our soon-to-be completely self-sufficient, off-grid, tiny house construction shop and home. And our septic comes right out of the front here. There's a huge greenhouse off the front. And what I've done is I put a Zone 1 permaculture orchard right here past the distribution box by the leach field. It's a massive system. It's an industrial septic. The leach field is a 1/4 of an acre. And here's what some other people do. There's some hostas around the septic tank to cover that up. And we've done similar things. But we live in the wilderness here, so the grass grows about 4 feet high. It's not normal grass. Hey, North American snow cover. Let's talk about the Three Canyons Permaculture Orchard. Looking at it. This fence here is the southern boundary, and the septic tank is right here in the high grass. And that pipe and the leach field, which consists of 6 different pipes here that run through this orchard. Now, the orchard consists of trees and medicinal herbs, and it's about 200 feet this way and 100 feet this way and 200 feet this way and 100 feet this way. It's about a half an acre. And this is a septic leach field that's taking all of the waste products from our house, which are very clean. We don't use any chemicals at all, and our human waste, and soon to be gray water from the front greenhouse, and is providing free nutrients and water to these plants in the high desert. And that's how you become sustainable, by creating wonderful, creative ideas that are in harmony with nature and the earth. And you can't do this if you're under pressure. I mean, you have to live on your land for at least a year to even understand the dynamics of what's happening out here in the floodplain, on the river. We have morel mushrooms here in this microclimate underneath of the cottonwoods. And there's other type of fungus up here in the north-facing subalpine zone. Guys, there's a lot to learn. You better start. Be prepared. There's so many things you can do to start preparing. Poop in a bucket. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Share this with like-minded people, guys. Be safe.